Hello and welcome to part 2 on December the 5th. Getting this done because I don't want to screw up twice. Anyhow, I had some fun with those pieces from the Advent calendar that I talked to you about in the last video. So what I did was I had opened up, at the end of last video, I opened up the first 5 days of the Advent calendar that Stampin' Up! Is putting out this year. And I thought, I'm going to play with the product and make you a card. So this is what's happened. Now, let me just, you know me, it's always a disaster. It's Myra's Crafting Playground, and Myra's Playground has lots of toys. So when you have a lot of toys, unfortunately, sometimes you have a lot of mess. So I brought up this wonderful container with all my bits and pieces in it, and that's what I'm moving around. But before I get into my card, remember I promised to show you that wonderful emboss and cut folder for all of the words. Well, this is it here. So what it does is with one pass through, you get all of these words. So, holly jolly, dear Santa, ho ho ho, let it snow, love, peace, happy Christmas, joy, Noel, season's greetings, fa la la, good tidings to you, wonder, Merry Christmas, 'tis the season, magic, hope, merry and bright, cheer, and with love. That's a lot. So I have this wonderful binder here because we did a retreat earlier in October, and one of my cards had one of these verses, and I was also testing out some different techniques. So, okay, one bag just fell on the floor, but what I did was, because we had so many participants and I needed one word, I did have to pass through and make a bunch. So I've sorted them all in little baggies so they're there ready for me to use. Yes, they're all in gold. I did some in white, you can barely see, and then I was testing an inking technique with the embossing folder when I went to do that as well. But I love it. They're here, they're ready to go. I have a tag class tomorrow, and I'll be sure to use some of them there. And I think that's just great. And one of them went on the floor. Oh, on my foot. Well, we'll get that after, no worries. So that was the emboss and cut folder that I wanted to show you. Then, so from the pieces that we had from the Advent calendar, so we had the paper. We had the paper. Okay, today is Dropsy Day. We had the paper. We had the stencil, but what I didn't see in the stencil bag was also a tiny blending brush, which is great for mini spaces. You can see I didn't use it yet. We also had the die cuts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, the sparkly embellishments, and we had some labels. Okay, so those were the products that I was left with to create from. So I did. I have 2 samples for you. The other sneak peek that you're getting is I used 2 ribbon from the new mini catalog that's coming out. One is Secret Sea, and it's a very light, almost organza type. They call it a weave or something like, what do they call it here? Secret Sea, oh, they just tell me the color, they don't. But in the description, oh, bordered open weave ribbon. Excuse me. Sorry. Bordered, and I guess the border is because it has a thicker border and open weave, but it's very, very soft. It's very, very nice. And yes, that's black ink from stamping the cards that I just made. This is actually Bubble Bath. It's also very thin, very nice. I've paired it with Pretty in Pink, and I don't think you can really notice because it's so thin and light that you could probably get away with it. Well, I'm getting away with it because that's what's happening. So those were the products I wanted to tell you about. Now, I'm going to move this over. So the cards that I made, cards, yes, you heard me right, I did two. I did two book fold cards. Now, what is a book fold card? And I haven't 100% finished them. I'm just going to embellish them right at the end with you. So this card is one of them. It doesn't look like much, but what we're going to finish off is we're going to add the verse on one of the labels, which I did. I'm going to add a little butterfly, which was one of the dies that came with the set. And we're going to add a pretty pink ribbon, perhaps on this side, perhaps on that side. We're going to decide, but I dropped it on the card. And what makes it a book fold? It opens like this. So it's just, yes, and I decorated inside. So it's just, it has a flat edge there, and that makes it a book fold. And the beauty of this book fold is that you can do it that way, or we're going to finish this one off, and I've done it that way. I did contemplate putting this here so it would be uniform with this. And then I decided, since I'm opening it this way, it was more for me to keep in touch with the orientation than to have the strategic design of having the two pieces going that way. So that's up to you how you want to design your card. But this is what I did. And again, that book fold, it just gives you a straight edge. So easy to make, but we're going to finish these ones off. We'll go down to the table and I'll sort of walk you through the process, and then I will feel that I've done my job. So, by the way, the hat today, you can't see it but we've got some antlers up here and flip-flops with holly and mistletoe, because really I'd rather be at the beach. And the t-shirt says, I just want to make cards and hang out with my card supplies. So, you know, don't need people today. Just don't need people. So, all right, down to the desktop. Here we go. Oh dear, and I moved my piece of paper because I brought my supplies downstairs. So let's get another piece of paper here so that you don't have the reflection from my desktop. And we'll just move that here. So I have my sparkly, this is ephemera that's available through Stampin' Up! As well. I was looking at that. But I have my sparkly dots here because, I don't know, they just might come in handy one more time. And I've got some other embellishments there, so we'll see what we end up with. I'm just not sure yet. All right, so I used, from the stamp set, I used Thinking of You and Birthday Wishes, and I put them both on one block for convenience and pre-stamped them downstairs. But before we get to the stamping part, let's have a look at one of these cards. Now, they're both made the same way. It's just the orientation when you decorate it. So you have a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of paper, scored at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. So 5 1/2 gives you your regular size card. And then this piece here, just going to bend that back. And of course I don't have a bone folder here because I brought it downstairs. Crafting in two places is not a good idea. Okay, so you end up with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue down, or glue together rather, this section, which is going to give us our binding and give it that book fold look. So I've just added some tape there, double-sided tape. You could use glue. In the projects that I have pre-made here, I did use glue. And we're just going to put that together so that we have our book fold. So I'm going to, now see, I have two of them here because I thought, oh, I'll make two of them on screen, but you know what? Don't really have to. We just need to have to know how to make one, and we're just going to orient it one way, this way. So it all depends how you decorate it. This way or this way. That is up to you. Okay? So we're just going to go this way this time, and I'm kind of going to do the opposite. I'm going to check out my papers and have some fun with them. So I have all the pieces cut out exactly as I did the sample cards, but now, because I can, I'm just going to see what happens if I use them in a different way, maybe, you know, because again, we can. The paper that came in the Advent box, by the way, is not double-sided, it's single-sided. So you don't have to try and decide which side you're going to use. You just use the side with the print. So we're going to put this on. And I notice I'm a little bit off camera. Yikes. Okay, so we've got our sort of edge on there. And I can choose to use the pink again, or what if I did blue? Do I like that? I don't know. I don't think it comes together. So I'm going to go with no, and I'm going to stick to my pink on there. I just, you know, it's your preference. This piece, by the way, so this piece here is 1 inch by 4 inches, and this piece here that I'm taping right now is 4 by 4. So it's just a square piece of paper. So I cut down one of the 6 by 6 pieces from the Advent calendar, and we're going to put it on the front here. All right, and this time I'm going to make this one this way. I'm trying to line up my edges of the 4 by 4 pieces with this. Is it perfect? No. Am I going to stress over it? Absolutely not. I'm going to put my little border on there, and no worries, right? My tape might be a bit too wide for this. Oh no, it's fine. I was looking around for perhaps a bottle of glue, but I'd open one, and sure as shooting it would have a stuck edge and I'd have to play with it, so let's just do it that way. Okay, then I'm going to put my white piece inside. So far we've put the 1 by 4 piece here, the 4 by 4 piece here. I cut a border strip. You can eliminate that. You could use a solid piece of paper. You could use more of the pattern paper. You could do anything you like there. There was, we have some border dies in our catalog, and so I used one of them to cut that border. So I'll take the other 4 by 4 piece now, and I should have put the tape on this before I started sharing with you, but I didn't. So here we are. All right. So we're just going to add the 4x4 piece inside. And again, I'm just going to add that extra border just for fun, just to brighten it up inside. Again, it's just a 1x4 piece of paper, so not too much. Some of these pieces are small enough, they might be a good way to get rid of your scraps. For the 4x4 piece on front, what you could do is you could actually do squares where you'd have 1x1 even, and use up, you know, just put them together to create a mosaic on your front, and that would use up some of your scraps as well. All right, so we have, I'm just going to move some of these extra pieces out of the way that I had for the extra cards. So there's our card, complete with a piece of hair in it. There's our card, and it's going to open this way this time. So well, you know what, it could still open either way, but this time I've oriented the inside border to coordinate with this border. So there's another look, and I still have my options up until I put my verse on it, which way it's going to go. But I'm going to leave that and put that aside for now, and bring back the two cards that I sort of pre-made. So this one is going to go this way, and this one is going to go this way. So those will be, let me get this out of the way. Move that over. So I've got, really trying to get the lighting better here for you. There you go. That's a bit better. Okay, so I have some sequins as well, just my traditional sequins, but I didn't put this together because I knew I needed some glue dots. So I'm going to grab a glue dot, put it on the back of this ribbon. I'm going to pop that up in the corner, I think. Yeah, I just want it up in the corner. I just think it's pretty there. And I'm going to take this and put some dimensionals on the back and let it pop up. And pop that in the corner of my card. And we're going to add the butterfly, and the butterfly, I'm going to take his little wings and just bend him a bit. Not a lot, but just sort of curl him a little bit so he's flying around there. And we really do need glue here. Oh dear. Let's see if we've got a glue that will squirt. Because I have a lot of glue here that I haven't used in a while. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I will do that after, but for now I'm going to use a tape runner, and I'm just going to run it down the middle. Alright, I might have to re-secure that. I could probably use a glue dot, but okay, for now he's just going there. No, he's not. Let's take a glue dot. There'll be no escaping, Mr. Butterfly. We're going to get you on that card. Oh my goodness. Alright, glue dot fastened. Curl his wings a bit so he's flying. And there's one done. I don't know. It's got the gold trim here, so I saw moments ago that I had some little, oh, there they are, little embellishments. And they're sort of gold color as well. So I think we're just going to take these and pop a couple. And as always, we're trying to do it in threes, catch the eye. So we just want to be able to bring the eye around the card without making it too triangulated, but you know. Come on, flip over. Let's put that one right in the middle of the flower. All right, and there you go. There's our little book fold card, ready to tell someone we're thinking of them. So then let's finish the landscape one, or pardon me, okay, now which one is horizontal? Yes, this would be landscape, wouldn't it? Again, I'm going to pop the verse. This is my birthday wishes. Lots of birthdays coming up in December in our family. How about yours? Isn't it funny? You've got all the Christmas stuff happening, and now you've got to not worry, but it's important for somebody's birthday, and sometimes it gets lost in the holidays, so you want to make sure that you take the time to honor their birthday. So I'm going to pop a glue dot on the back of the ribbon, and I think we decided that glue dots were the way to go for the butterfly as well. And again, I really need to get my Wink of Stella up here, because I think it's always good to have Wink of Stella too. So we'll put a glue dot on the back of this guy. I have a grandson who's in Australia right now, and his birthday is today. But of course I had to wish him happy birthday yesterday, because they're like ahead of us 24 hours, and that was weird. But that's okay, as long as he has a good day. I'm going to put my butterfly over here, and I think that will go along with these little gems as well. This was left over, I think, from one of my paper pumpkin kits. So you can see you get plenty to play with. So I'm going to put one way over there. And maybe even here. Yeah. All right. So there's my second one. So we have two different book fold cards made with the product from the Stampin' Up! Advent Calendar, day 1 to 5. Didn't use all of it, I just used the paper, some dies, and some labels. So we still have the stencils and stamps, and that's still from day 1 to 5. And of course, since there's only 12, I guess I'll be doing this next Friday as well. And that'll be the end of the Stampin' Up! Calendar. But that's okay. There's more Advent to come, and maybe even some sneak peeks from the new catalog. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the project. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.